Hello, I'm Lara Kulcharsan and this is Newsfeed, your dose of what people are talking about online. The internet has a love-hate relationship with Spotify Wrapped. And that's exactly why it's a big deal every year. Wrap Day, which was Wednesday, is when we find out what we've been listening to over the past year. It's basically the rule. If you have Spotify, you share your Wrapped everywhere. But this year, a lot of us hit pause. While Spotify did serve up its usual music evolution recap, top listening streaks, and even an AI-generated podcast of our habits, the vibe was off. Sure, everyone's list looked different, but the internet was united on one thing. This year's Wrapped was a total letdown.
Honestly, this is the most exciting part of this whole new Spotify Wrapped for this year. I mean, what was the point of the hype? What was the point of the buildup? What was the point of the delays? Like, I don't understand, because clearly, and a lot of other people have already voiced this, but this really feels like the worst and the laziest Spotify Wrap out of all of them.
Where is the burger of genres? Where is the listening to places? Where is the wheel telling you what your peak listening month was for your top artist? Where is the one place that listened just like you? Why are you telling me what my listening vibe was for only 3 months of the entire year?
Taylor Swift, okay. I'm guilty of it, okay. Simple Plan, yes. David Guetta, no way. I don't listen to David Guetta that much. But Kygo, I have like 1 or 2 songs of his in all of my playlists. It's impossible. It's just impossible that he is in the top 5. I think Spotify prioritizes like big creators, like the big names, because I listen to a lot of smaller ones, but they don't show up here. Neverender and One Night All Night, I have those in my playlist like only for 2 months, October, November, so it's impossible that they show up this high. It's impossible. But the biggest thing that is missing is this song. We listen to it on every drive with my kids 2, 3, 4 times a week, and it's nowhere to be found.
Here's what's worth noting. This year's Spotify Wrapped is the first since the company slashed 17% of its workforce. In 2023, CEO Daniel Ek announced that about 1,500 jobs would be cut. A move some users think is to blame for Wrapped feeling, well, underwhelming.
Still good to meet about the 2025 budget?
Yeah. Come on in. Wrapped came out today.
Yes, about that.
Yeah, good thing a year ago to the day we laid off 1,500 people, right? Including the Wrapped team. AI really did its thing.
So about that, who's been managing the AI that did Wrap this year?
It just did its thing. It did the AI did it.
So they actually didn't do it. We cut all those people last year, the day. No one was managing the AI. They got everything wrong. Now people wrote their own code and posted it online. Millions of views, millions. Proving that our AI did it wrong. For the budget, I think we should add headcount back. Okay, so about next year's budget. So we're not adding headcount.
I mean, everyone's just working differently. We can do the same work, but different, with less people. So let's just drop the headcount on Wrap.
The internet, of course, is erupting with jokes, memes, and endless reactions.
I think they used AI or something. Really? What makes you say that? You listened to this many musics this year.
It's going.
In March, you had a red light traffic cone running tire dancing bird moment.
What? I guess I was.
You are an indie rap bubbly sensation, and you're so beautiful. You're a pretty pop punk Pilates princess.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
I can't post that!
You can always come to our side.
Yeah, it looks like you logged in and listened to music sometimes. What genre did you listen to the most? I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Spotify Wrapped just dropped all top 5 by artist Drake. I didn't even listen to one song.
I only listen to country music in all minor Drake. How'd that happen?
I don't even have Spotify in all minor Drake.
If you have invested in Bitcoin, then you're bound to be smiling. The price surged past the $100,000 mark on Wednesday. Since Donald Trump won the presidential race, holders of the world's most valuable cryptocurrency have continued to cash in, and here's why.
This is why Bitcoin is going crazy in 60 seconds. So here we have John, and he's thinking about buying some Bitcoin, but he doesn't understand it. So he goes to his friend Marcus, who is a crypto expert, and says, why is Bitcoin going crazy? And he says, John, well, typically Bitcoin grows in value when other people are buying it, or maybe some big institutions like banks or credit unions. But the reason it's going crazy right now is because President-elect Donald Trump came to a conference for crypto and Bitcoin this summer and said, I want to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. It's going to be huge. And so right now, everybody's buying it and they're super excited because they trust it and the value was going up. But here's the hack. Maybe buy you some Bitcoin, but you should be looking into smaller coins who may not have as much value, but they're still riding the same crypto wave. Because John, when it comes to investing, the key is trying to buy when it's low and selling when it's high. And right now, Bitcoin is super high, so there's opportunity with different coins where you can ride the wave and maybe get rich.
Trump has vowed to shake things up in the crypto sector and loosen laws. And his latest pick of Paul Atkins to head the Securities and Exchange Commission has excited investors. Trump described the lawyer as a proven leader for common sense regulations. While Bitcoin is considered as one of the most successful investment products of the past 2 decades, it has its critics. Environmentalists worry that the energy required to run Bitcoin software contributes to climate change. And there have been cases of the digital currency being used by scammers and thieves.
Could the price of Bitcoin reach $200,000 next year? One analyst believes it will.
I think Bitcoin's going to end 2024 around the 125,000 level, and then push up to about $200,000 by the end of 2025.
Not just because he believes a Trump White House will be a Bitcoin-friendly White House, but also because of all that money that has flowed into those new spot Bitcoin ETFs this year.
The main driver this year has been institutional flows by the ETFs in the US. So spot ETFs in the US in 2024 had about $30 billion of inflows so far. That's the best launch of any ETFs by any asset class in history.
And he expects more money from professional investors to flow into those Bitcoin ETFs next year.
I expect those flows to continue through the year next year. That should push us up to that 200,000 level. So for anyone that's not invested so far, I'd say there's still a lot of topside potential to come.
In a rapidly changing digital world, the dangers of social media, especially on youngsters, are increasingly being felt. And that's why governments are taking steps to tackle them head-on. Australia is the latest, where the world's first social media ban for under-16s has passed the Senate. The ban has introduced the term age-restricted social media platforms that include TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, X, and Reddit. When the law comes into effect in a year, these platforms will be liable for fines of up to $32 million if they fail to prevent children younger than 16 from holding accounts. Big companies must develop age verification software. There has been growing concern about the mental health effects of social media on young people on issues surrounding body image, bullying, and other harmful content. Some experts are worried the ban may backfire. Already, it's sparked debate on whether these platforms are helping or hindering young people in Australia.
Social media is doing harm to our children. And today, as a direct result of our legislation passed through the Parliament yesterday, through the Senate and confirmed in the House today, parents can have a different discussion with their young ones, a different discussion that will result in better outcomes and less harm for young Australians. Platforms now have a social responsibility to ensure the safety of our kids is a priority for them. We're making sure that mums and dads can have that different conversation today and in future days. We've got your back is our message to Australian parents.
I honestly think that they shouldn't ban it. I think that they should just put restrictions on it instead of banning it altogether, because like teens, they're just gonna go behind their parents' backs, or the parents are just gonna be chill about it. They're gonna get onto it somehow.
I'll be annoyed. I'd like to keep using it. It'd be a weird feeling to not have it and be able to talk to all my friends at home. I'll find a way, and so will all my other friends.
And I think that if kids are interested in baking and just like creating things and like arts, for example, like there's lots of good art tutorials on there too. I think that like kids and teens should be able to explore those techniques. You can't learn all those things from books.
So what happens next? Many argue that these young Australians will adapt quickly, searching for alternative platforms, or even rethink their approach to online engagement.
Flat out banning young people from being able to access social media, which is effectively a public space, is not going to work. young people will find ways around those rules and still access those spaces anyway. I think of myself as an example. When I was younger, maybe like 12 or 13, and my dad put a timer lock on my computer so that when I came home from school, I couldn't play The Sims too much because my computer would just turn off.
Took me roughly 10 minutes to figure out how to disable that.
So what we need to be doing is changing how people engage with social media platforms. We need to be holding the social media companies to account. So instead of flat out banning young people from being able to access social media, we need to create an environment where the social media companies are held responsible for their actions.
Young Australians have already found new and innovative ways to stay connected online. And guess where they've found refuge? LinkedIn, the same platform traditionally used by professionals for networking and career building. It's become their go-to space to connect, engage, and share their day-to-day activities.
Wow, so honoured to be given the opportunity to play on the monkey bars with Julian and his friends. Just 3x'd my client base after Tegan brought her mum and dad to my lemonade stand. Feeling productive after a monster 2-hour session picking boogers. Feeling so humble and grateful, staring at the disabled man in the doctor's waiting room.
LinkedIn can feel like a jungle for job seekers and career changers with constant notifications about new hires, promotions, and achievements. It is easy to feel overwhelmed and stuck. Enter Juliana Chan, a scientist turned media entrepreneur who shares how corporate jargon can make even the simplest events sound like groundbreaking milestones. So don't let the platform intimidate you, just master the lingo and play the game.
Hey Mummy, how would you translate "I went for lunch" into LinkedInese?
I took a strategic midday pause to recharge, to refuel, to reflect, and to reignite my passion and purpose in life. How about you? Would you like to join me on my next productivity push?
Hi Mummy, how would you translate "I failed my exam" into LinkedInese?
One of the best lessons I've learned is that life is our greatest teacher. The good, the bad, and even the failures, they can teach us so much. What matters most is how we choose to meet them. How about you? Do you also have a growth mindset?
And that's our show. Find our latest stuff on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.